I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 71. And today we have an interesting topic. Why don't we do what the banks do with our money? I'll say that again. Why don't we do what the banks do with our money? I mean, maybe you don't know, right? So let's have a little conversation, right? And so we put our money in the bank. We have savings, whether you got 5,000 in the bank or 10,000 or whatever you got in the bank. Maybe you got 500, maybe you have less than that. But as soon as we give them our money, they take that money and they do lots of different things with it. They loan it to other people, right? They may invest it, right? But at the end of the day, we don't really think about it, but the bank is a business, right? The bank has to make money too. But the whole thing that I'm talking about here is, why don't we do what the banks do? See, I always tell people to do two different things. Number one is make your money work for you, right? Put overalls on your money and let it go to work, right? But then the second thing you got to do once you start to make the money is to make your money make money, right? So I'll say that again. Make your money work for you and then make your money make money. And these are the conversations that are not had in school. These are the conversations that oftentimes are not had at the dinner table. They're not had really in society as a whole, except amongst a few people, right? There's a small percentage of people who understand, they get the idea, right? Because this is where freedom is created, right? Hence, we're talking about codes to freedom, right? And so think about it. The bank, uh, most banks right now, they get anywhere from 0.20% interest. That's what they give us on the money that we put in. Some have a high up to 3%, right? But check this out. Then they loan the money to someone for 18%, right? And so they're always going to loan it much, much higher than what they're paying out for the money that you have sitting there, right? So um, there's a lot of different things I could say on that, and I will. But the biggest thing is, we have to learn how to make our money work for us, right? Because honestly, sitting in a bank is not doing much for us, right? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're saving it to make an investment, that's different, right? But if you're just sitting saving it, well, let's just go back. Most people are not even saving, right? And so that's the first thing, is you gotta save. And there's this book by George Clason called The Richest Man in Babylon, and it talks about paying yourself first and things like that. And we talked about that on several episodes. But you gotta pay yourself first. Like, it amazes me how, and it's only because it hasn't been taught, right? Because and then sometimes when it's taught, people still don't do it, right? But you got to pay yourself first. Like, what's the point of paying everybody else and we don't have anything left, right? So the key is, we got to pay ourselves first, and then we can pay everybody else, right? So that is the key. That is the key to building wealth and getting to a place of freedom. Because if you don't pay yourself first, you'll always be paying yourself last, if there's anything left, right? And if you continue to do that, then you won't have the money, the seed money, to get ahead. right? Because you need seed money to get ahead, to make investments and to do different things to expand, right? And of course, I'm a huge component of offering, right? Of giving, right? Of charity, of philanthropy. That is key as well. So yes, pay yourself first, but also some of that you should have a percentage in mind of what you're going to give away, right? But then after that, you do what you need to do with what's left, right? Pay the bills and things like that. And I'm not here to be a financial advisor. All I'm saying is we have to shift how we think about, how we view, and how we operate, right? Because if we're not operating with these ways that wealthy people are, then I mean, think about it. As soon as we have to put our overalls on our money and let it go to work for us, right? It could be making money while we're sleeping, and sometimes we just don't think about that. We have to always look for ideas for passive income. And then when we start to earn the income, we have to be diligent at finding investments where it'll work for us, if that makes sense. Because guess what? That's what the bank is doing, right? The bank is trading options with stocks. The bank is loaning the money out to other people. The bank is doing all sorts of things with our money, and making it make more money for the bank, right? Not for you, for the bank. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could put the money in the bank and then it made money for you? But it doesn't really work that way. I mean, except the small interest, but the interest. And here's a concept that we should explore one day is how about set a goal to be able to live off of interest, right? That has always been a awesome like idea to me, is to be able to just live off of interest because you built up your investment accounts to a point where the interest can pay you can basically pay all your bills, right? That is what I'm talking about. And so um there's this concept that says a penny saved is a penny lent, meaning that when you give the bank the money, they're lending it out so that they can earn money. So why don't we do that? Let's explore. There's even crowdfunding opportunities where you could do that, right? There's places where you can actually there's online accounts. One of them is called prosper.com, where you can literally like you got a bunch of people who will put money in and it'll go to fund a loan, and then they're going to pay you an interest rate on that, right? I've done it, so I'm telling you, like, you can do that, right? So there's all kind of different strategies and things like that, but the key is you got to investigate those things. You have to seek them out. These are not the things that are again popular discussion, so you just got to go seek it out, be diligent to seek it out, right? And you'll find it. If you seek, you will find, right? If you ask, you will receive, right? If you knock, the door will be open. But none of those things happen if you don't take action first. So, short episode today, but I just wanted to just have this conversation just to put it in your mind because it just struck me today because I don't even know where I was at or what I was doing when I got this idea of this thought, but I was just like, oh man, I gotta share it with you guys because it's a philosophy that we should live by. If the bank is successfully earning income from our income, then we should be doing the same thing, right? Anything that successful or wealthy entities or people are doing, we should study, understand how they're doing it, and then find a way to do it for ourselves, right? And so, listen, go seek it out. I can't wait to hear the success stories that you guys have. There's so many different ways you can diversify your income and have it to build and grow and build a nest egg. The whole goal, as we talked about on a few episodes ago, is you want to build your net worth, right? Because your net worth is really something that's powerful. What's the point of all the things that we do, all the hard work that we put in, if we're not building a net worth, right? If we're just working and paying bills, right? I know I may have said this a long, long time ago on a few episodes earlier the episodes that we did, But the sanitation worker, he said, I go to work to dig the ditch, to make the money, to buy the food, to gain the strength, to go back to work and dig the ditch. And he said it's a never ending cycle of living to work and working to live. And listen, uh, if we want to get off of that cycle, then we have to study. We have to show ourselves approved. I was talking to a good friend of mine today, and he was talking about and I don't have the scripture at the top of my head, but there's a scripture that says that he won't give us any sorrow with the money that we earn, right? And I'll get the scripture for you, but the word sorrow meant hard labor, right? It meant hard labor, and it just basically means that we should be able to earn income and not have to have hard labor with it, right? And that is the power, guy. That I mean, if we don't know, then we just continue to do what we've always done instead of knowing that there is a better way. So I hope you guys get some value from this. I hope this has been helpful. And I hope that we have continued to bring codes to freedom to really enlighten yourself and really allow you to live life on a different level. So listen, guys, can't wait to see you on the next episode. Take care, take charge, and God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.